Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here, at least not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity.
How can you be so sure?
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time, I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post. And we Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl Alright, thank you for your help. We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't...
Very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as the 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever...
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time!
Ah, yes. a phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked. Wow.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up—
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to—
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air.
Thanks, everyone. We're
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it?
That can't be. Oh, these are the clothes that the lady— Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really— Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore. What is this place?
It seems someone could fit.
Could this—
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person—
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up. Well, we've we've ascertained the state of the... Let's find a place to sort out our
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal...
They believe the odds of that are very low. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the...
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld.
Charges and then trial.
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the chief... That's right. This is the statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies. To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own will, and is a judge.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides?
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is... yes, the guards also asked me to convey that...
Huh? What?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons...
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. Or that we might find... And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread...
I'm ready to break out at...
Whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks that...
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better way to proper...
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a... Just kidding! Paimon will still do her...
What do you mean, no snack?
Huh?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it.
These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macaron. Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's...
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears... No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right, then. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack...
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble...
True. None of the clues we found thus far, but the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl...
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to...
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the
Were we not third from the sound of things, this is turning into an Your macarons are amazing, though, Navia. They smell great!
They are my specialty, after all. And
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3! On it!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few...
No. Being greedy is one thing, but besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her
all right, we get it. Well, I suppose what, Malus? Set up the stove again.
Huh? What are you...
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly.
As you wish.
And I have the egg sugar.
Well, that's it for snack time. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still... It would be awkward if...
All right, thanks for your help.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
All right, it's time.
A plate embraces. Duty. As a jeweler cherishes their gems.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things don't
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects, besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did...
To be honest,
No, we're already...
Well, now, don't you all look disappointed? That was to be expected, of course. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so...
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident.
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution.
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact...
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask...
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so...
Huh?
hey, hang on.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use... Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundation... Tell me, aren't you and Lynette...
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage...
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell... Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure... The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night...
Hey, Linny!
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, first, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, are these claims true? Please answer my...
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might have.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is...
Order! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense in that case, my dear audience.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Paimon, we based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you meant to set the wrong tone or anything. But Paimon...
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just... But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbinger...
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some... The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more... Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, but still... I'm asking you to trust me.
Sorry.
Well, you both say that, but... Right, let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any... We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to... During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I which should have been impossible, of course, that voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with...
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either.